The water crisis seems to be getting worse in Gauteng. Joburg Water says more reservoirs are either critically low or completely empty. And some hospitals in the province have had to make alternative arrangements for water supplies. This despite alternative plans to provide water, some communities have not seen a drop for weeks. eNCA reporter Heidi Giokos is following through with the story and joins me now to give me the latest updates. And Heidi, good morning to you. I mean, we here back again talking about water and how it's negatively impacting particularly those residents and communities that are without it, this including some hospitals that need it.
Yes, certainly, Tumelo, and I think the pressure that eNCA has been applying is starting to work, because we've just been informed that Joburg Water, together with Rand Water, I hope, will be briefing at 2 o'clock. But most parts of the city of Johannesburg, if not most parts of Gauteng, are sitting without water. And we've been told time and time again that it was because of a very high demand, the load shedding that impacted all of this. But the reality is that we are in stage 1 at the moment, and surely there needs to be a better explanation as to what's really going on. But we are in Claremont at the moment, which I think is a crisis in itself, and it's a disaster waiting to happen, because this particular area, this block of flats, is desperate for help and attention from city officials to do something about this. We are going to speak to residents, but I first want to speak to Stephen Moore, who is a DA MP. You've decided to come here. Thanks for your time. You've decided to come here. Why? This is obviously a crisis waiting to happen, if not already a crisis.
Thank you, Heidi. Yeah, this isn't the only stop on our journey. What we're actually doing is going around. I was with Melbourne earlier. I'm going to Midrand later. I'm going to Secunda. I'm going to Lesedi. I'm going to Tshwane, because the reality is this is exacerbating the problems that are already existing in the network. The reality is, whilst the Suikerbos plant failing this week has made it very obvious there are problems, this area has been having problems for years, not months, years. And as you can see from behind me on the building, there's a lack of attention to a lot of areas. So rather than just going, this is a temporary issue, we're going to community to actually get a feeling for what people on the ground are experiencing. And we've already heard this morning about people who haven't been able to get operations at the hospital. They haven't been able to go to the clinic. This area this particular block of flats had a fire on the roof without any water to put it out. These are real people being affected by real issues, and rather than giving a blanket excuse of, oh, there's high usage, we're actually going out and finding community to community what the issues are. That's our intention, at least.
Okay, thank you so much. I want to speak to residents and the community here. Hello, ma'am. If you could maybe just tell us what your daily life is like here in this block of flats. You don't have water supply. There's clearly a sewage problem as well. Tell us what it's like to live here.
Well, it's hell. Because first of all, we're burning out here. There's no water, there's no electricity, and look at the filth that we must live in. Pick It Up tells us we must clean up here ourselves. Who gives them the right to tell us? When we ask for water, we must go and buy water. For what? This government must come right and give us what we deserve. We voted for them, so give us what we want, what we need. This is critical here. It's not just me. I'm sickly. I am on medication. There is a lot of old people here that can't come down. But I said I'm going to make my voice heard, and this is it. I want it to be known that every one of us is suffering here. And please put an end to it.
I want to ask you about the water crisis, though. How long have you not had water for?
Oh, months. We have to go and get water and carry waters up and down. We have to do our washing. We can't do washing every day because there's no water. We can't bath every day because there's no water. We can't. No, it's a disaster. And the disaster management needs to come in and sort this thing out. We can't live like this.
Do water tankers come here?
No. We haven't seen them. They found Shirley will phone and ask them to come. They say they're coming, nobody comes.
Okay, maybe I can get another resident's perspective. Maybe you can tell us what your realities are here in this building.
I don't know much to talk, because if I can talk, I will talk a lot. The lights will go off, the water go off, everything will go off. There's no water to buy the children. Every day you must wash, isn't it?
Yeah.
You must wash. Huh? That there's no water. It's and the sewage here. See there. Go see there. Let them take a picture there.
We'll go there. Okay, ma'am, I just want to ask you about the water, but there's also other issues here. There's clearly a housing issue here. You guys were telling me off air that there's a problem with the lift as well that is waiting to almost fall. That could be very destructive. Maybe just tell us your reality here, what your daily life is like.
Morning, I'm staying here from pre-84. The lift was working before. But now at the moment, the lift it doesn't work even. If you go up until there by the 8th floor, it's just hanging. It's hanging by a piece of cable. If that thing is gonna fall, it's a disaster here. I went to the council, I spoke to the Hannes and them, James and them, Zanelle and them. No one take us even, they don't even worry about that.
Seriously.
2 years ago, that side, a boy fell through that opening there by the railings. 6-year-old boy. He passed away. I mean, it's not fair what is happening. Last night, there was a fire on the roof. There's no water. We were supposed to run into the flats. That little water that we had.
Must run.
We must put that fire off because, I mean, there's that even that boy. The father is not well. But he told us, take the water and throw the fire down. And, I mean, this morning, there was no water. If we go here by the people, it's a problem. It's a problem to give us water.
So
Usually, then I take the taxi to Reveille or Langlaagte. Then I come with the trucks. Then I'll go with the trucks back, go fetch more water. Then I come back. I'll do the whole places, even Hot 86. Then I'll go there and give them people water. I mean, it's not fair what is happening. I'm an ANC member. All my years, they must catch a wake up. Really, they must catch a wake up. Because this is not fair. We voted for them. They must do what they must do.
I can imagine how you feel failed as an individual, but also as a community, because this is clear dilapidation. This has never been looked after.
You know what? If you can even go up in the building, you'll see what is happening here.
Yeah.
The stairs even, it's starting cracking and it's gonna fall. One of these, it's not even long, then the staircase is gonna fall.
What do you have to say to city officials? Because this is a city-owned building, apparently. What do you have to say to them, given your living conditions?
They failed us.
Oh, they failed us. They failed us. And even now, they still failed us. And then they said we must pay rent. We won't pay. We won't pay. If they can come and do the things here, then we'll pay. We'll pay. You know what, ne? I don't even know what to say because yes, no, I'm tired. I'm tired for all these things that is happening here. We're tired.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Thank you all for speaking to us. I think it's obviously a very sensitive situation at Tumelo, given the living conditions that people are subjected to, and hopefully, you know, somebody listens to this, because these are obviously concerns and cries from the community for not just months but years, and hopefully something will be done about this. I mean, just looking around me, the conditions are absolutely appalling. There are children everywhere, and the fact that there is no water and proper ablution facilities with sewage literally right outside people's doorsteps. It's a problem. It's a huge problem.
Now, and to imagine, Heidi, these are, challenges that people have to live with every single day. You can hear from the tone, the frustration of some of the residents that you're speaking to there. They have to live with this every single day, appealing for help, none coming whatsoever. So we'll keep a close eye on this and hopefully get some answers as to when exactly those issues will be resolved. Heidi Giokos will leave it there, colleague, and come back to you a bit later on right here on eNCA.